In today's fast-paced world, few, if any, would argue that aviation is not crucial. The big question is, how much do we really know about flying? Have you ever thought about how many components your airplane has? Also, what do pilots see? A lot of people are surprised to find out that aviation is full of surprising and interesting facts. We have compiled this list of the world's most incredible aviation facts. Learn something new about flying and becoming a pilot. Different foods are consumed by pilots. Every airline has its own set of regulations. There is, however, one rule that applies to the vast majority of them. Pilots are required to be served the same multi-course dinner as first class and business class passengers, although co-pilots are urged to eat alternative courses to prevent food illness. There are almost 6 million components that go into making a single Boeing 747. The Boeing 747 has earned the nicknames Queen of the Skies and Jumbo Jet because of its massive size and passenger capacity. This plane made history as the very first wide-body aircraft to be manufactured. A Boeing 747 is made so that the pilots can control all of its 6 million parts with just the controls at their fingertips. Fear of flying affects almost 80% of the general public. The fear of flying affects a large proportion of the population. It is estimated that more than 80% of the population suffers from some form of aircraft phobia. While it is understandable for aircraft to provoke uneasiness, there are steps that you can take to make the experience less frightening. It is paramount to prepare ahead of time by doing your research and understanding the aircraft's features, such as its size and seating configuration. Each Boeing 747 engine weighs over 9,500 pounds. The Boeing 747's engine mass is another fun fact. One of the most admired and attractive airplanes in the skies. This one is a fan favorite. The engine alone weighs about 9,500 pounds, 4,300 kilograms, and costs around $8 million, making up a small portion of the 6 million parts that make up a Boeing 747. A Boeing 747 speed. The Boeing 747 was the first mass-produced wide-body plane, and everyone agrees that it is one of the best planes ever made. The highest speed of a Boeing 747 is 955 kilometers per hour, which is another interesting piece of information about the plane. Only about 5% of the world's population has ever flown in an airplane. The aviation industry is expanding rapidly, but only about 5% of people have actually flown in an airplane. Most individuals will never get the chance to fly in their entire lifetimes, but that's especially true for those living in less developed areas. Nonetheless, just a tiny fraction of people fly frequently. The average age of an airliner, a commercial airliner's useful life, is not quantifiable in days or even years. The number is instead tallied based on the number of times the pressurization system was used. The aircraft's fuselage experiences strain whenever the cabin is pressurized during flight. A plane has reached the end of its lifespan when specific metal fatigues and cracks appear that could endanger passengers. Most planes have a service life of 20 years, which is about 51,000 flight hours and 75,000 pressurization cycles. Airplanes that fly long distances go through fewer pressurization cycles over the course of their life, which means they can keep flying for much longer than the average 20 years. Outer space and aircraft. A commercial airliner's cruising altitude is still roughly 90,000 meters and below the Kármán line, the recognized dividing line between Earth's surface and space. The safest section of an aircraft. The most secure portion of an airplane is the rear third. The passenger death rate is just 32%. although the mid and front third fatality rates are 38%. So, choose a seat in the rear. Reason to dim the cabin light in aircraft. The lights in the cabin are dimmed during overnight flights for more than just helping people sleep better. It makes the area safer by making it easier to find emergency exits and letting people adjust their vision in case of an emergency. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the Orbitshub channel, and hit the notification bell for more videos like this.